Oswego Speedway's Best of 2012 moves to International Classic Weekend with the running of the Bud Light SBS Classic, and what a race it would be, with young David LaTulip starting on the pole in the TNT Motorsports number 17 and that brand new 4.7s Motorsports FFB chassis of Cameron Rowe on the outside of row number 1. And that race car had only been on the racetrack 2 times prior to the running of this race, looking to pick up a win in its maiden voyage. And Cameron making the race car look very good early on, jumping out to a commanding early race lead with LaTulip, Barbeau, and Mike Bruce running second, third, and fourth. Well, early on in this one, Barbeau makes the move to the inside of LaTulip, but Bruce and LaTulip make contact, and that creates a log jam in corner number 3, taking out several race cars in the early going of this 60-lap event. You get another look at it here from the replay on the inside of corner number 4. Mike Bond, Chris Proud, Andrew Schartner, Jason Simmons, a whole host of cars involved in that one. Bruce in the 22 was able to continue on. Chris Proud, you can see left front damage there. They would have to cradle that car off of the speedway, and only a look of disgust on the face of Mike Bond as he is knocked out of his second consecutive Bud Light SBS Classic. On the restart, Rob Pullen began to make his move through the field as he works to the outside of Tim Barbeau, and he brings Russ Brown, a former SBS Classic champion, along with him to the outside. But just a few laps later, Brown would run into trouble, and you'll get a better look at it here on the replay. He tried to make an inside move on the Pullen number 2 out of corner number 2, but just barely made contact with that left rear corner of the rear bumper, and that would cut down the tire on the Brown number 13, another brand new race car making its debut on International Classic Weekend. Brown would pit for a tire change, would return to the race, and it would not be the last we would see of him. And on the restart, Rob Pullen jumps to the outside of Cameron Rowe. This was his one chance at the race lead, but unfortunately for the Deuce, he wasn't quite able to make it stick. Rowe stays in the lead. Dave Cliff making a return to the SBS class in the Chris Ted number 77, looking really good as he and Andrew Schartner make low side moves on Barbeau to move to third and fourth. We mentioned earlier Brown would be working his way back through the field. Sure enough, gets to the outside of the 69 of Mark Castilia to dive up into position number 6. Later on, he would also get by Tim Barbeau and would leave a great battle for second, third, fourth, and fifth between Pullen, Cliff, Schartner, and Brown. But up in front, it was all Cameron Rowe, his first career Bud Light SBS Classic victory, and he does it in the maiden voyage of the brand new FFB racing chassis for 4.7s Motorsports, as the crew comes down to congratulate Rowe in Chris Nelson Insurance Victory Lane. Keith Zaire, talk to your winner.
I'm ecstatic, you know what I mean? Dan Denny builds the best car, and that's FFB, I believe, is right there. He builds the best race cars. We're showing it today. That car ran 2 times this week. That's it. And look where it is. To be honest with you, we ran to the track on Tuesday. We were a little nervous at first, but Dan Denny knows his stuff. What can I say?
Well, I'm a little tired, but it's not too bad. Just at the end of the race there, last 6 laps, I think my engine was spitting a little bit of oil, so it was hard for me to see. Everything kind of got blurry. But I was glad to hang on to second. I was pushing a little harder because I figured that's the only way I was going to get him. After a long run, he kind of got away from me a little bit. But if I could get by him on a restart, maybe I could have held him off.
At one point, about 15 to go, Rob and I both kind of closed up on Cameron. I was under Tim a couple times and just couldn't quite complete the pass, and I really spent too much time getting by Tim. And like Rob said, the last couple laps, he was spitting a little oil, and I seemed to get looser too. It could have been some of his oil I was running through for all I know, but certainly happy to finish third. I'd like to thank Chris Ted for giving me the ride. Larry Morosky came through with some fuel for the weekend. Certainly our crew that's been with us all along, they helped and worked on the car, and this is a fun class to race. The racing's just so close. It's just a lot of fun.